You're listening to Arrowwash Sound with me, Matt Freeman, till 7 o'clock tonight. Now, recently the sport of boxing has of course been back in the forefront of people's minds with Nottingham's Carl Froch and his massive fight at Wembley Stadium a few weeks ago. But you don't even have to go as far away as Nottingham to see some great boxing talent. Ilkeston's Russ Henshaw has had a very successful amateur career and he's just turning professional with his first pro fight coming on a week on Sunday. A couple of days ago, I caught up with him here at the studios and I started by asking him exactly how training for this fight had been going.
Training has been absolutely brilliant, perfect. I'm still working 6 till 6 every day, but as soon as you get in, straight back out, straight on it.
Yeah.
I've got to give me a new lease of life, good feeling about it, yeah.
So it's pretty full on. If you work until 6 and then, how long do you normally spend a night then?
You only need a couple of hours. Just hit it hard, hours plenty most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't keep going forever.
When did you start getting yourself properly into training for this fight? How long has it been?
I think it was 6-7 weeks ago when I first spoke to Scott, and that was it then. I couldn't sleep that night. I got just like a new lease of life, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like I first ever started boxing.
Cool. Let's go back to that actually. You were saying you started when you were 18, was it? How did you get into the boxing?
Yeah. I kept seeing the people in the advertiser in the paper for the Trinity Boxing Club, and I thought, I'll go down and have a crack at that and see how I get on. And had a couple of fights. I think I had 3 fights straight away, won all 3, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, can't beat that. I've not seen a lot of boxing in real life. I've seen bits on the telly and whatever. I saw one bit once at some sort of uni thing, and I've got to say, seeing people actually in the ring doing it for real, 6-7 feet in front of me, it was incredibly sort of. I was pretty scared myself. What was it like? First time you got in the ring for your first fight. Well, how was that?
I don't know if I can remember that far back, but every time you get in, it's such an adrenaline rush from the morning you wake up, fight day feeling. Everything around you, everything just changes. They're different, yeah. All the birds tweeting and you're wandering about.
Yeah,
it's such a roller coaster of emotions and adrenaline.
You just feel more aware of everything.
Yeah. You're not worried because you know you're fit. You know you want to do it. You're not forced in there, are you?
So obviously it's worth saying that this is your first pro fight. You had a pretty decent amateur career, to say the very least.
Yes, not too bad.
24 fights, senior novice champion, 2011. Also representing England, of course.
Yeah.
Was it in the back in the last season? You won the Unibox Central Elite Super Heavyweight as well. I think I read somewhere. So why make the move to turn pro now? What was it that made you decide?
Well, I don't know. I fell out of love a little bit with the amateur game. I had a few little personal problems and I want training, and then I started speaking to Scott and we had this little conversation and that was it. It's like I say, a new lease of life, just brought me all back. I'm firing on all cylinders now, yeah.
Cool, yeah, because I think I did see somewhere you were going to box in the ABAs this year, but then you didn't end up doing...
I had to pull out, because I want training enough and my head wasn't right. I'd lost a bit of the love for it, so I had to pull out.
So turning pro,
bringing that back, brought it all back. I just started boxing again.
Punching for pay makes a bit of a difference.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely amazing.
Trinity Boxing Club is where you've boxed as an amateur.
So I was captain for 4 years there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that actually. Being captain of the club, what did that sort of mean? Really,
absolutely
what did you have
brilliant,
to do?
Yeah, just all the lads looked up to you. You had to look after them, make sure everything was. So just set a good example. If you train hard and they see the captain training hard, then it makes all the youngsters train hard because that's what they want to do. They don't turn up to doss about.
Yeah. Cool.
I was captain of Derbyshire as well for 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years as well.
Yeah, pretty big deal.
Yeah, that was good.
So, you've turned professional now. Does that mean you've left Trinity Boxing Club?
Yes, because it's an amateur club and they don't have professionals training there.
Yeah.
No.
So was it a tough decision to leave there?
Yes, it was, because Scott, my old trainer, was like a father. It was the passion, because it's not about the money, so they're giving the time for free. So the love for the sport, you can feel it in the gym. Everyone in the gym wants to be there. They're not being forced to be there, so it's a wicked atmosphere. And I've made a lot of friends in there that you'll keep for the rest of your life. You don't share sweat and blood with people like that and then just forget about them.
Yeah.
So amazing atmosphere at the club.
Yeah. So the club's still got a bright future ahead of it.
Oh, definitely.
New captain now, I suppose.
Yeah, new captain slotted straight in.
Yeah.
Kyle, bless him. Yeah. There's a lot of talented kids down there.
Excellent, excellent. So just sort of outline for us, because I know there's a difference in the actual fighting between amateur and professional in terms of how it's scored and the
Not
way it is.
anymore,
Or is there not,
no,
actually?
No, the amateurs have changed to this pro scoring. That's why I thought this year in the ABA is I'd win it. I'd win it this year because it was different. It was my kind of fighting, my kind of style of fighting. But hey ho.
So it wasn't to be this year, but it maybe makes it easier to move into the pro game, I suppose, because it's the same sort of thing. Yeah. So this being your first pro fight, has that? You were saying earlier on that it might have brought some of the enthusiasm back.
Definitely.
Has it changed your training approach really in any other way?
No, just train super hard because you're hungry, and it's just like I did when I first got to the Trinity gym. The first year, I won 10 fights on the trot, the 10th being the national final in London. And that was it. I was hungry all the time, so you train like a whatever.
Nicely done. So the fight is happening a week on Sunday. Who's it against again? Sorry.
Paul Marston.
Paul Marston. Yeah. So after this fight, what do you think? Where do you think it's going to take you? What's the game plan?
I've no idea. We've just going to take this one as it comes and then see what happens. We're just going to have fun with it and see where we go.
Yeah,
enjoy the ride. Yeah,
no major plans. I was looking up a few things about a guy that you fought a few times, Simon Barkley. I think you've had a run in with a couple of times.
I love Simon. Yeah, he's a proper chap. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think the first time I fought him, I surprised him a little bit because I'd had 11 fights and he'd had 30, 40, 50 or whatever, won national titles already. So I thought it was in for an easy night, but that wasn't to me.
You had to give him an easy ride.
I ended up with some stitches at ringside, but yeah, the respect we've got for each other from that battle is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I speak to him all the time. I'm going up to see him for the weekend and whatnot. So yeah, it's real good.
Because he's turned pro now as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So do you think there's ever a chance that
it
fight each
would be
other
amazing.
again?
I'd love to fight him again, and he probably would the same as well. Because it'd make a wicked battle again. That would. Now we're a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit more hungry again. So yeah, I'd love to. So
Scott Lansdown's also with us. Scott, you've been promoting Russ for this fight, have you?
Yeah, I have. I can't express how excited I am. I mean, I know a lot of really sort of passionate boxing people, and the things they say about Russell Henshaw is incredible. This guy's ability and passion, and he's got a special spark. You know, I've been around some incredible fighters in my time, David Hay, Nigel Benn. I've seen these people perform, been around them, and this guy's got something special about him. I mean, you know, I really do feel that. You know, I think he's a real fighting man. He just loves it. He just enjoys it. It's what he is, you know, and he's a pleasure to be around.
Yeah. So when did you first meet Russ? How long ago were we going?
I met Russ. I was working in Leicester, and Russ was as well. And it was by chance, really. I've got a good friend who's a boxing journalist, and I don't know, just by chance on a huge site, got talking to Russ, and I started hearing good things back then about Russ, and I was excited. I said, "Oh, you know, my mate knows you," and this kind of thing, if I remember rightly, and that's how it unfolded, really. And you know, I know I was done a little bit of boxing myself, and so I know kind of, you know, the things Russ is going through, but the way he handles these things and the approach he's got is just beautiful, you know. And I'm just so excited about, you know, the fight he's got coming up. Who, you know, he's got a really tough guy, and it's going to be so exciting to see how Russ handles him.
Be interesting. A pretty tough first pro bout. So I know I asked Russ a bit ago what he thought might happen next after this one, and didn't really have anything. But I don't know if you've got any ideas of what you see happening.
I'll be honest, you know, there's some really exciting things. I mean, some of the people, because I think the thing is with you know, I see Russ as a friend, and I want what's best for Russ. You know, and what's best for Russ is that I'm honest with him, and you know, of course, you know, we've got each other's best interests at heart, and I think Russ is going to be ready for some big names very soon because of the level of fighter he is. You know, and let's see what the future brings. But we're already communicating with some very big names, and who knows? Watch this space.
The fight it's July the 6th, which is a week on Sunday. Meadowside Leisure Centre in Burton. Doors, I think, open at midday. Starts at 1 o'clock. If you do want to get tickets, you can call you, I think it is, 07828 446 487, or you can find Top Dog Promotions on Facebook as well to find out a little bit more through there. Best of luck, and do let us know how it all goes, Ross.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.